Hi guys, welcome to Vesna TV. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'm recreating or creating some Valentine's Day DIY. So I'm starting with this light that I got from my husband as a gift, and I'm just turning it into kind of a little bit of more of a romantic, in my opinion, light. So it's iridescent right now, and I wanted it to look like kind of a beast rose, but more of like a dark rose type of thing. So all I'm doing is I am covering up the bottom part with some painter's tape, and I'm going to use this Rust-Oleum high heat paint, and it's more of a matte paint, and I'm going to spray paint the rose, and I moved the lights part of it down as much as I could so that I wouldn't paint over them. And I'm going to spray paint the iridescent part black so that the rose comes out looking black. It looks quite shiny while it dries, but once it dries, it does not look shiny at all. And then the bottom part, I'm also going to paint out black, like the little petals at the bottom. And here's what it looks like all finished. I think it turned out really nice, and it just looks a little bit more high-end in my opinion. Love the way it turned out, and it gives me a little bit of that moody romantic feel. Let me know what you think. If this was a super easy DIY, I think he picked it up off of Amazon. I have seen them on Temu as well, but let me know what you think. You could probably recreate this from the Dollar Tree. I've seen those cloches at the Dollar Tree a little bit smaller, but you could get some fairy lights, put in a rose in there, wrap it around in fairy lights, and recreate your own as well. So this next Valentine's Day DIY is another super easy one. I saw these marble coasters. I believe it was on the Pottery Barn website, and I thought I could recreate them using these wood cutouts from the Dollar Tree. I have decided that I needed to purge some of my Dollar Tree stash that I have during the lockdown and maybe like a year after. Every time I went to the Dollar Tree, if they had stuff, I would kind of stockpile because it was so hard to get things. So now I have all this stuff that needs to be used. But I went to make sure that they still had these, and they definitely have these at the Dollar Tree right now. So they're just wood cutouts that I'm filling the holes in. And I'm going to be making them look kind of like to have that marble look. Now, you can do this several ways. This is the way that I did it. I do love the way it turned out. I did not love the process, and as I was doing them, I was thinking, my gosh, I hate the way this looks. This is not going to be a DIY that I want to show you guys, but I wound up loving it. So hopefully you guys do too. I'm just using some wood filler to fill these in, and then I just really rub it in there and make sure that it fills in. You may have to do this several times, and you may have to sand it down depending on how well you fill it in the first time. And then I'm just going to be giving it a coat of chalk paint. I'm using the linen white from Rust-Oleum. You may want to do 2 coats and sand in between depending on how smooth you get it the first time. That's really up to you. I just did 1 coat because I found that it gave me the look that I wanted, but depends on how shiny you want it. The look that I wanted, I got with 1 coat. So once you get the coverage that you want, then you want to go ahead and get your grays ready. You want to have 3 or 4 different colored grays and some black. So what I did was I made kind of a dark gray, almost black color um, using just a plain gray, using a black and white, and using a metallic gray. So those are the 3 gray colors that I used. And they're all just from acrylic paints from the Dollar Tree. I just had leftover ones, so I just kind of mushed everything together. And then I had a little bowl of water, and I watered things down. Now I experimented with which brushes I wanted to use. I saw a tutorial where somebody used a feather to do it. I did not have a feather, so I used a really thin brush, and then I used a paper towel to kind of wipe off the water because I put a little bit too much, and then I just did squiggly lines kind of everywhere so you can see, and then I wiped off, and then I added a little bit of the water, and then I made a mess as you can see there, and then I added more paint. Basically you kind of add as much or as little paint and water to get the look that you're going for, to get it like that natural stone look. And if you look at marble, it's imperfect. Some spots are a little bit darker, some spots are more veiny, other spots are more spotty. It really isn't perfect by any means, and that's what really makes it beautiful, I think. And then once I got the veining to the way I wanted it to be, I then used a little bit of the different shades of gray, and I dipped them in a little bit of water, and then I used my finger to kind of splatter. As you can see, that's what I'm doing there. Splatter a little bit of the paint all over the heart. And then again, I dabbed a little bit of the paper towel, and again, just basically to get the look that I was going for. I'll zoom in a little bit now and I'll play some music so you can watch the process. I'm not going to speed it up, just so you can kind of see what I was doing there. So here they are all finished. I'm just going to show you what they look like all finished, and then I'll show you with a cup on them and just how I've staged them. So hopefully you like them as much as I do. I didn't seal them yet, but if you do want to seal them, you can use a spray sealer or Mod Podge, whatever you'd like to seal them with. And I don't need to show you how to do that, but there with a cup on them, just fit perfectly. A nice little Valentine's cup, and nicely staged in my little tray that I have on my coffee table. I just absolutely love how they turned out. I think they're very cute, and they do give that marble vibe. Let me know what you think. And off to the next DIY. So the next DIY, I did not use air dry clay, but you can. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like at the Dollar Tree. And then I wanted to show you that you could use either this kind of tray or this little tray that I showed you at the beginning. But for this one, I used this tray because I had it on hand. So I wanted to use something this small, but I just wanted to give you options. Because I wasn't shopping or getting new things, as I mentioned before, I wound up using this one that I had on hand. But like I said, you could use the little one that I showed you at the beginning, and you can use the air dry clay. I just wanted to show you what they looked like. But I had this oven baked clay from a previous project, so I'm using this, but you can totally use the air dry clay. So I'm making a little tic tac toe board, and if you decide to go the tray route, you could also use, like I said, this tray. This will be a bit bigger then. Or you could, if you didn't want to use any of the trays, if you have a canvas like this one, like a burlap one, or even a regular canvas, you could use these and then just add little, like you could add little picks in between and make your own little tic-tac-toe board. So lots of options if you didn't find something like this like I had. So I just wanted to show you all the options. And like I said, I'm making a little tic-tac-toe board, but I'm using little hearts and X's instead. So my kids had wanted to make their teachers some gifts last year, I believe. So I picked up this clay from Michael's. So I have it left over. So I am, just like I said, making little X's and hearts using this clay. And you measure out how big you need it for what you need it for. Like it all depends on how big you make your board. And I am doing 5 hearts and 4 X's because I have 9 openings. And it's more for decorative pieces, although my kids have already played with it. So again, depending on how you want to make it, it's totally up to you. And I just eyeball it. If you have cookie cutters, you could roll it out. If you have small ones, you could roll it out and use cookie cutters, and then you have perfect shapes. But I love hand making things and having them be kind of imperfect. So if you watch any of my videos, you kind of see that I love the imperfect kind of handmade things and love to make them look old and rustic. So anyway, so I'll just speed this up. You don't have to watch me make shapes, but this is what I did. So after I made the shapes, I wound up baking them. The instructions said 15 minutes for every 1/4 of an inch. So I think I did about 20 minutes just to get it to be nice and hard. And then I let it cool off. And once it was nice and cool, or cool enough for me to work with it, I painted the hearts and the X's. I just painted them different colors. But before I went ahead and I painted the hearts and the X's, I also painted the board. The board I spray painted, and I spray painted the board with an heirloom white spray paint. And because I wanted the board to be white, and I wanted the hearts to be, but not totally white. I just wanted it to look like it was whitewashed. And then I wanted the hearts to be red and pink. So I just used this Tutti Frutti pink paint and just a holiday red paint on the X's. And I did 2 coats on both sides. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Here's what it turned out like. So, like I said, they're imperfect, but I love the way they turned out. I think it's a cute little addition. Again, to my tray, I'll add it to probably my tray on my island. And like I said, the kids already played with it, but I think it's super cute and a cute little Valentine's Day DIY. All right, on to the final DIY. This one was a little bit more involved. I got this idea from Bargain Bethany. She did a huge one on her wall. I don't want any more big decorations. I just have way too many, so don't want to make any more big things. So I'm just using some scrap pieces of wood to make this little, making a little box. So I'm using this little cutter just to make even sides so I can glue them together and make a little box. And I'm just using hot glue to glue them together. And then I am using that same Rust-Oleum chalk paint to paint the box on all sides. And I'm not painting the inside, just the start of the inside. And that's all there is to the box. And once the box is nice and dry, then I have these little foam stickers that I attach to the box, and also I glue the box to that little burlap canvas that you saw at the in the previous DIY. And I'm just picking some stickers just to add a little bit of decor to this little box. Once I add all of the hearts to the box, I attach the box to that burlap canvas, and then I add more hearts so it looks like they're all spilling out of the box. And on top of the big pink heart that I added to the box, I just write "Be Mine," and then instead of the little dot on the I do a little heart, and on the exclamation mark, I do a little heart at the bottom. And it's just a cute, again, a little addition to a tray. I love to use little trays all throughout my house. I haven't done a three-tier tray this year. I kind of gave up on them a little bit, but I do have trays on my tables where I add little tray decor in those. So this will be a nice little addition. Now, like I said, Bargain Bethany did a big box on a wall where it looks like the hearts are coming out. So I kind of got this idea from her, but I just did a little version of it because I don't want big things like that. But let me know what you think. This is probably maybe my least favorite one out of all of them, but let me know which one is your favorite, what you thought of these. This video is a little bit shorter than my videos have been, but these are all brand new DIYs. Let me know what you think, and I am switching over. Next week I'll have a little bedroom furniture makeover video for you, and then I'm switching off to spring. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a nice message. Thank you. Have a great day. Stay safe.